We were taught to look at and do human backwards. We need to make a 180-degree swing in our perspective. That includes our perspective on this healing process. Many of us have pursued healing and recovery just like we did the rest of our lives, as if it were a destination to be reached where we would find happily ever after. We have gone to healers and psychics and therapists in order to learn the right way to do life. Recovery is not a dance of right and wrong, of black and white. It is a dance of integration and balance. The questions in recovery are, is it working for you? Is the way you live your life working to meet your needs? Is the way you are living your life bringing you some happiness? When I state that the grief process works, I am not saying that it is the right thing to do, or that you are bad or wrong if you are not actively pursuing your emotional healing. Maybe it has not been time for you to do your grief work yet. Maybe you have not had a safe place to do it. Maybe it is not part of your path in this lifetime. No one can tell you what your path is. What I am telling you is that the grief process works to dramatically change the quality of the life experience. What I am saying is that it is possible to find some peace and joy in life. Unfortunately, in sharing this information, I am forced to use language that is polarized, that is black and white. When I say you cannot truly love others unless you love yourself, that does not mean that you have to completely love yourself first before you can start to love others. The way the process works is that every time we learn to love and accept ourselves a little tiny bit more, we also gain the capacity to love and accept others a little tiny bit more. When I say that you cannot start to access intuitive truth until you clear out your inner channel, I'm not saying that you have to complete your healing process before you can start getting messages. You can start getting messages as soon as you're willing to start listening. The more you heal, the clearer the messages become. When I talk about ways we use to go unconscious, like workaholism or exercise or food or whatever, I am not saying that you should be ashamed if you are doing some of those things. We cannot go from unconscious to conscious overnight. This healing is a long, gradual process. We all still need to go unconscious sometimes. Recovery is a dance that celebrates progress, not one that achieves perfection. A significant breakthrough in my personal process came when I was able to recognize and give myself credit for the progress that I had made when I realized that a pint of Haagen-Dazs was lasting me 3 days instead of being gone within 20 minutes of when I bought it. That was a very big breakthrough for me, to be able to give myself credit for the progress instead of judging and shaming myself for not being perfect, for still feeling like I needed the nurturing of ice cream. We had to learn to go unconscious in order to survive. Thank God for alcohol or television or romance novels. Thank God for ice cream. We need to stop judging ourselves. That means allowing ourselves to do whatever it takes, whatever works. There are times we need to go unconscious. There are times we need to stuff our feelings in the moment. There are times when it's not safe to be vulnerable and emotionally honest. This recovery process is a gradual transition from using our old toolbox to using the new tools. The old tools, the ways we used to go unconscious so we could survive, are not bad or wrong. They were lifesavers. Without them, we would be either dead or mass murderers or dead mass murderers. We adopted the old tools because they were the best choices that were available to us at the time. We adopted them in response to intuitive impulses that were right on. Those impulses were protect myself, nurture myself. It is the nature of the defense system that is codependence that the ways we learn to protect and nurture ourselves are self-abusive in the long run. So we need to stop shaming ourselves for the behaviors that we adopted to protect and nurture ourselves at the same time we are transitioning to behaviors that are less self-abusive. Notice that I say less self-abusive. We are talking progress, not perfection here. If you have an image of what completely healthy behavior is, and you will not allow yourself to accept and love yourself until you get there, then you are setting conditions under which you decide when you will become lovable. You are still buying into the concept of conditional love and, by extension, the concept of a higher power that is conditionally loving. You are still trying to earn and become worthy of not only self-love, but also God's love. That small child inside of you is still trying to earn your parents' love and validation. That is the natural, normal thing for human beings on this codependent planet. Try not to judge and beat yourself up for it. Try to observe it and say, "Oh, isn't it sad that I'm still doing that? I think I will try to learn some ways that I can change it."